Frontline World. Stories from a small planet.
It's the first week of Ramadan in Jakarta, and Dr. Naif al-Mutawa has traveled to the largest Islamic country in the world for the launch of his comic book, The 99. Today, al-Mutawa is at the Margo Mall in a well-to-do suburb of Jakarta, where he is officiating over a 99 coloring competition, holding a press conference, and doing a meet and greet with the Ramadan shoppers.
The 99 superhero will be the next comics which will be sold widely to compete with the Marvel.
You know, for a long time we say, we're trying to fight globalization, but this is the only way to win globalization. You put your ideas out. Because it's coming, there's no way to fight it. The only way is to give enough of your ideas so that you count in the final average. But inshallah, from your lips to God's ears.
Saya sendiri senang sekali dengan kehadiran komik. Jadi selama ini kita kan sudah terkondisi dengan tokoh-tokoh hero dari Amerika seperti Superman, Batman, dan juga Spiderman. Nah sekarang sudah saatnya anak-anak muslim tuh punya pegangan yang bisa membuat mereka tetap pacu. Dengan adanya 99 ini, anak-anak muslim merasa mereka juga punya hero sendiri gitu.
This time last year, al-Mutawa published the first issue of the 99 and began distributing it throughout the Middle East region. The comic is the first of its kind, a Western-style comic book based on Islamic history and culture. In the past year, the 99 has become the fastest-selling comic book in the Middle East, despite being banned in Saudi Arabia. The response to the 99 in Indonesia, which is home to 1 of every 6 Muslims in the world, will be pivotal to the continued success of the comic.
So what I said is this. I said, if I want to create superheroes for the Islamic world, how would that work? So what Muslims believe that power is Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And Allah has 99 attributes, right? Any questions about the 99?
How old are you?
How old I am? How old do you think I am?
Maybe 60.
I'm 99 years old. What's your name? I. T-E? Yep.
On the first Friday of Ramadan, al-Mutawa and I were taken to Istiqlal Mosque, the largest mosque in Southeast Asia, for evening prayers.
The biggest surprise was that I expected Indonesia to be more like countries in the Middle East, where there wasn't that personal choice, that Ramadan and Ramadan, everybody had to fast and everybody had to do everything. And in fact, it's a little bit more liberal than that. Not everybody's fasting, and that's okay. And not everybody's, doing all their prayers, and that's okay. I guess it makes sense. This is a meeting of cultures and religions, and it makes sense to be more tolerant than more homogeneous societies.
Al-Mutawa's partner in Indonesia is the Famina Group, one of the largest magazine publishers in Jakarta, who bought the license to publish and distribute the 99 in this market.
This is a country where we are hoping that the Islam can get to become more modern and more liberal. We see a lot of modern Islamic schools. We see Muslim bookstores coming out. This is a very open society, but there are people who are not yet ready for this kind of comic.
What subjects are here?
Rather than shying away from the 99's likely critics, Yudha and Famina Group organized a panel discussion about the comic at one of the more traditionally religious universities in Jakarta.
منهج تناسبهم أو يناسبهم. إذن المجلة لابد هناك يعني على شكلين، شكل للعامة وشكل لهم الإسلامية طيبة.
على حسابك أنت تمولها؟
لا، كويتي يعني كما علمنا هناك يعني جمعية خيرية كثيرة، أليس كذلك؟
والحين فرضا الحين بالكويت مسوين مشروع لشركة تليفونات ثالثة إسلامية. ما يصير تبعت SMS from boy to girl. ايش رايك؟ كبزنس موديل، كمفهوم، كشغل فاشلة. لكن ناس يعتقدون ان الدين يحطونه قبل يحطونه فلوس، بس المشروع فاشل. I don't believe in these things. أنا أعتقد أن السوق هو اللي يقرر. The market decides.
Tadi saya menangkap yang substansi dari keberadaan komik ini adalah untuk mengkanter kultur ya. Jadi kan di sana saya lihat tokoh Sora itu pakai tank top, kemudian juga bajunya juga semua ketat-ketat seperti itu. Kok kita biarkan itu hal yang sudah bukan pertentangan lagi, kok kita buka sebagai lazim gitu.
You know, 2 years ago there was a fire in a school in Riyadh. I don't know if you heard about this in the newspapers, where the girls came running out of the school without the hijab, and the Mutawa'in sent them back into the school, and they died because they didn't want the firemen to see them without the hijab on. Is that Islam? I mean, the question here is not a question of what is Islam and what's not Islam. The question is Islam measured by behavior, which anybody can fake, anybody can go and do salah, anybody can wear hijab, or is Islam measured by values and faith? And by giving a small percentage of people the control to say, this is Islam, that isn't Islam, this is what's going to take us, to take an American term, to hell in a handbasket. And it's our fault if that happens. It's our fault, nobody else's.
The stresses on al-Mutawa are immense and seemingly grow with his success. He has raised millions of dollars from investors who are banking on the notion that he can turn the 99 into a global brand. At the same time, he is campaigning for an Islam which embraces the pluralistic values of the 21st century, and which is very much at odds with fundamentalists who believe that there is only one way to be a Muslim.
Heroism is okay for little kids, but for Islam, it's taboo.
However, al-Mutawa was clearly delighted by the enthusiastic response to the 99 by comic readers in Jakarta, both young and not so young, and by the positive reviews in the local media.
You like the 99?
Yeah!
Leaving Jakarta, al-Mutawa, like his superheroes, believes he is ready for any and all challenges that lie ahead.
Thank you.
There's more of the world to explore on our website. Discuss the world and tell us what you think of our stories from a small planet at pbs.org.